Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. In Europe, I'm Stephen Carroll with Tom Mackenzie, and we're joined by Bloomberg's breaking news editor, Louise Moon. Louise, good morning. Let's start with Diageo today. Shares higher. They've been doing some deal making ahead of Christmas.
They have indeed. So they have sold East African Breweries. This is their one of their units in Africa. That's to Asahi, obviously the Japanese brand, which has the beer of the same name. So that's this $2.3 billion US deal. So we knew that this has been kind of under review for a while, but this is the outcome, and as you say, shares are ticking higher on that news this morning. So this is Diageo's 65% stake in East African Breweries, plus they also have a majority holding in a Kenya-based spirits producer, which is also owned by East African Breweries. So all of this together, $2.3 billion to Asahi. So taking a step back in terms of Diageo's, what it's been doing is it's been kind of paring back, getting rid of non-core units, trying to spur growth, grappling with what the whole industry is grappling with, the changing of consumer drinking habits, slowdown in spending, that kind of thing. And so they've been offloading some of these non-core assets, in particular in Africa, in recent years. And then on Asahi's side, they've been expanding internationally over the past few years. So for example, they bought the UK's Fuller Smith & Turner's brewing business in 2019 as one example. So Diageo's shares, as I say, rose. They are still down by about a third so far this year on the back of all those troubles that I mentioned, and then EAB's rising over in Nairobi. So a big deal in the brewing space this morning.
Okay, and you can't have a beer without a bowl of peanuts, or maybe if you have an allergy, you want to avoid that. And because you said peanuts, how is this tying into stocks on the watch?
So it's a really interesting one. So DBV, it's a French biopharmaceutical firm. They have had a results of quite a crucial trial. So their experimental skin patch, which is to help young children with peanut allergies, has shown that it could desensitize these allergies in kids age 4 to 7. So it's really interesting actually reading about this. Obviously it's a very big deal in the sense that over 1 million or 1.2 million kids in the US and the EU between 1 and 7 are estimated to have a peanut allergy. So obviously this affects a lot of children. So this is a big deal for DBV. It's kind of more than 2 decades of work. They had an earlier effort with the US FDA had failed, and as a result they redesigned this patch, and they had to conduct a slightly different trial with a narrow age group. So it's been a lot of work in the making, and then after this trial, they're now planning to again try for US regulatory approval in the first half of next year. So stock soared this morning, and last time I looked, it's actually halted as a result. And even before that, it soared 80% since the start of October in anticipation of these trial results. So a big deal for DBV and for those with peanut allergies as well.
Yeah, that share back trading now, just up almost 33% at the moment in Paris. Let's go to HSBC next. Their shares hitting a fresh record high today. What's driven it?
They've been upgraded to a buy by KBW, the analysts. So if you look at their overall analyst ratings now, they've got 11 buys, 10 holds and 1 sell. So joining the ranks of those who are pretty bullish on HSBC. So as I say, shares hit a fresh record high on the back of this. And obviously this comes in the context of them embarking on a huge turnaround under their CEO. So they recently appointed a new chair who was seen as quite a safe choice. And as I say, they've already been cutting jobs. They've been merging and scrapping units. They're ploughing ahead with this turnaround. And this upgrade is particularly on the back of their strength of their Hong Kong business, which is obviously very crucial in terms of them focusing their efforts on Asia. They're very exposed to the ongoing tensions between China and the US. And so, being upgraded on the back of that Hong Kong business, and the KBW are saying that they expect that to continue. So a bit of a nod of confidence in the CEO's turnaround.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.